I wasn't planning on this, but I forgot there's an elementary school that is literally right across the street from the apartment complex that I live in. So a lot of opportunity to partner up with this school, with the church, with whatever needs that they need. They could be backpacks, school supplies, teacher supplies, things like that. And then right down the street from the elementary school, we're coming up on the local high school. This high school actually has a high population. A lot of people get a variance to go to this school because of the IB programs and the AP programs that they have. There's at least 1,000 students at this school. So that's actually my apartment window. We'll do a little driving tour. So this is an apartment complex, obviously. It's made up of apartments and townhomes. Most of them look about the same. It seems like, from what I've gathered in the last 3 years that I've lived here, it's mostly college age people. We have a chiropractic college that is around here that's actually really close, so the landlord leases to a lot of chiropractic students, and so it's a fairly large area. I think I haven't really lived in a lot of apartment complexes, but it seems like most people are out during the day, and so but they're at class, obviously, if they're college students, and they're studying the rest of the time. But yeah, so here's the apartment complex that I live in. This is about one half of the area. So yeah. Here is a neighborhood that is across the street from the high school that I just told you about. I've actually not come down here before, but I've walked this neighborhood a couple of times for this project, and I'm gonna roll down my windows because they're dirty and you can barely see out of them. But well, this is foliage, but the houses here seem pretty nice, very upscale, very secluded. Some of these I didn't even realize were there because of all the trees and things. But Port Orange is not a poor area. It has its poor areas, but this particular area where our church, or my church, is located is pretty well off, I would say, as testament to these houses and the architecture of the houses. But as far as needs in here, I mean, obviously I can't assume because I have not talked to these people personally, but I would not say that finances would be a big thing here. But definitely maybe partnering with them for doing yard work, because a lot of them have big yards in everything. So like cleaning up the bushes, mowing the grass, things like that. Stuff that the younger people in our church could probably partner with, like on Saturdays, like a once a month, do it like a partnership or even a sponsorship type thing. But I know we're supposed to be serving the community, so maybe not necessarily a sponsorship. But so there's one neighborhood. I'm gonna drive to the one that's across the street from our church. So I need to start from the back end of this neighborhood because I didn't realize that my recorder didn't start. So this neighborhood is literally across the street from the church, and I'll show you where the church is after we get through here. But the houses are unique. I walked this with one of my friends that attends the church with me, and we noticed that each house is unique, but they're very much upscale. They're again, the economy, not the economy, but the wealth of the people who live in this particular area is pretty high. So I don't think financially we would be able to help much, because I don't think they would need it. But looking around, they have big yards, lots of trees, lots of opportunity to serve as helping out with yard work, or even some of the people here are older, so maybe just having a conversation with them, hanging out with them on a Saturday at their house, helping them with the yard work and the chores that they do on Saturdays. I noticed that there were a lot of people out working on their houses and the upkeep of their yards and things like that. So maybe helping them out with that, or even just having that conversation, that connection that they might not necessarily get all the time. Again, I can't speak 100% because I didn't get a chance to talk to anybody. That's one thing that I need to work on, is talking to people that I don't know. But yeah, so there's that neighborhood. There's a street right across, right down, like parallel to this one, that's literally the same. But here you can see the sign for the church. I'll go drive over there so that we can see that. So I had to stop that video because there was lots of traffic. But so here's the church that I attend. You'll be able to see the park that the preschoolers use on a daily basis. It looks like the pastor is here. But here's the church. It's not too big, but it's not super small either. We have a stained glass window of Jesus, which is, I think, kind of cool. But yeah, so we have a little steeple and everything. This church runs about 100, 200, I think, maybe. But yeah. So this is the local Starbucks. I frequent this place probably 6 out of 7 days of the week, working on homework and various other things. And I actually worked at this location for about a year, starting last January up until the beginning of January this year. I quit. It was just getting a little bit too much, teaching full-time and working here and doing the master's program. But anyways, I digress. This is probably one of the most diverse places I've seen in this area. There's people, young, old, in the middle. A lot of the Palmer students that I talked about at the that live in the apartment complex that I live in, they come here and work on homework. Older people come and just hang out. So definitely a place where we could make a connection and just fulfill the need of human interaction, because I feel like this community, I've noticed, is very much routine. You wake up, take the kids to school, or go to work, take the kids to school, then go to work, come home, eat dinner, go to bed, repeat, very much a scheduled and routine-based area. I've noticed in my time living here. So there's a couple of places in this area. Port Orange is actually a lot bigger, and I could probably go on and on. But the 3 places that I showed you and Starbucks are within 5 minutes of the church, and there's plenty of other places. I mean, there's Chipotle there, and then like across the street you can see it's a busy place. Definitely a lot of room for growth and working with the community and serving them. So there's a little bit of Port Orange.